It's Friday. I'm so excited that it's Friday because now Fridays mean something in the house now that we are back homeschooling. Yay! Or distance learning. Yeah, we had a math quiz this weekend. This week we have let's see, we have a Latin terms test today. So I'm very excited that it's a weekend. Hopefully that you are too. Again, I keep talking about this light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully it's coming up soon. So, but in the meantime, please make sure you're wearing your mask, wearing your gloves. I'm actually going to do some showings today. Oh, did you all forget? Just in case you forgot, I sell real estate. I also rent, I lease, I list, whatever you need. But I am going to be doing some showings today. People are like, oh my gosh, you're doing showings. I'm like, yes, but they have all these guidelines in place because in case you didn't know, I'm essential. It's the first time in my life I've been essential. Anyway, but I have to wear a mask and gloves whenever I open the door, and then I go sit in my car. Then the client goes in, looks at the property, comes back out. I go to get in their car, I get back out, lock the door, get back in the car, we go to the next property. So it's very interesting, but you know what? We're trying to keep everybody safe, trying to keep everybody healthy. Went to a couple birthday parties yesterday. Dun, dun, dun. It was Cal's birthday yesterday. He turned 13. And Jody Lottenberg, it was her birthday as well. So we did a little drive-by birthday parties, which are so fun. I mean, you know, it's one of those things where people were trying to make things special. And, you know, we just have to do what we have to do. So speaking of birthdays, going to wish a great big, nice, happy birthday to David Hecker, who I've known since, oh my gosh, first grade. Oh my goodness. So happy birthday, David Hecker. Happy birthday to Mark Thompson. And happy birthday to Lee Whitner. And if you have any birthdays that you would like me to do a little shout out for, please let me know. I try to get as many people in as I know, but sometimes they slide through the little Facebook cracks. Remember how you used to have a calendar and when you wrote it down, you're like, oh, birthdays, and my mom would have to do this every year. She still does it. Every year, you have to transfer what day it is. Okay, move this one to the next calendar and all that. Invariably, you'd lose one, or you'd start still keeping like ex-boyfriends on there, and you're like, get rid of that one. But anyway, I hope that you all have a very happy birthday. And last night we did something special because I know I usually just do Takeout Tuesday, but I was coming home from the birthday party and I was driving down 13th Street, and that's where Gulf Coast Brewing Company is. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you've been, then you see that, then you know what I'm talking about, right? So it's an awesome, I love that painting. I said, maybe I could do that on my house. I don't know if my neighbors would be too happy about that. But we did, we bought 3 pizzas. They're $10 each. They're, you know, like personal size, but whatever. But the cool thing is, for every pizza you buy, they donate one to Handy, which helps really kids that really need it right now, because you know it's kind of hard. A lot of these charities out there that are ongoing charities like Jack and Jill, Handy, all these kind of places, and they're used to having all these donations, but now so many other people need donations, or the people that might have been donating, they have to just keep it for themselves. You know, they always say charity starts at home, and you're like, oh, you know, but that's true. You need to take care of yourself first. So, but then, you know, if you do have a little extra, like we were going to have dinner anyway, so we did that. It was really good. And the pizza, what do you see? Oh, it was so yummy. I only got 3 because one of my daughters was like, I don't want a pizza. And then she saw it. She's like, so she's eating all the scraps from everybody. So anyway, I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you don't mind, if you could please just share while you're watching, just go ahead and press the little share button so that more people can enjoy Just Cindy. It does replay all throughout the day at any time that you would like to watch it. Also, we put on LinkedIn and on YouTube. So there's some special people that I invited to come on the show today. I'd like to expand this a little more. Yesterday we had Sherry Cedar on, and she gave us some cleaning tips. And one of the things that Wendy brought up, Wendy Hancock, is that when you are cleaning, make sure that on your countertop, the products that you're using, because you want to make sure that sometimes, like if you're granite or marble, you have to have a certain type of product. Or wood. So just make sure that you know, those kind of things. I don't want to have to go put a Clorox disclaimer or anything out there. Please don't use this. Anyway, but anyway, I just want to thank you all who are tuning in. I wish I knew who was coming on because it just says how many eyeballs are out there, but it doesn't say who. Probably better because then I don't get all distracted like, oh, who's watching? But anyway, I have my first guest, and first guest today, this is Wayne Stofsky. We go back many years, too many years to say, I guess. And he used to be, let's see, he used to play professional baseball. He's actually a coach right now, and he's actually an administrative role as well. He's done, he was a sports anchor for a long time and just done a bunch of neat things. I asked him if he wouldn't mind, good morning, Valerie. I asked him if he wouldn't mind just doing a report because, they started the draft. And it's a little different this year. But I don't know if you've seen like where the coaches, some of the coaches, they have their kids in there with them while they're doing the draft and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun. But I asked Wayne if he could give me like a little, I don't know, layman's term about what's going on. And so I'm going to just let him take it from here.
Well, good morning, Cindy. This correspondent stayed up way past his old man bedtime last night watching the NFL draft to file this report for just Cindy. Well, let's start with the number one overall pick. It was Joe Burrow, quarterback from LSU. I got my national championship shirt on. I got my number one LSU jersey there hanging on the shelf, and it was a great night for Joe, who went to the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, the top three picks, in essence, were chalk, with Burrow, Chase Young of Ohio State going to the Redskins, and Jeff Okudah, also from Ohio State, going to Detroit. But everyone wanted to know what the Dolphins would do with their 3 first-round picks. And number 5, they took Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback that a lot of people wanted from Alabama. Now, as long as he can stay healthy, I think the Dolphins have got a great prospect in Tua. At number 18, they needed someone to protect Tua, so they took Austin Johnson, an offensive tackle from USC. And at number 30, get this, Noah Igbinoghene. So you got Igbinoghene and Tagovailoa. Hopefully these guys can be good enough to go by just one name. Like Michael and Madonna and Ali and Cindy, because we can't pronounce their last names. So overall, in the first round, there were 32 picks, 14 of them from the Southeastern Conference, just like you, Cindy, from the University of Florida, and me from LSU. There was one Gator taken, that was C.J. Henderson, taken by the Jacksonville Jaguars, so he only has to go across the state from Gainesville to Jacksonville. And get this, no Canes drafted last night, and no Seminoles taken in the first round. Reporting from my home office for Just Cindy, I'm Wayne Stofsky.
Thank you so much, Wayne. That was awesome. And I just think it's so, how cool is that? Thank you so much. That's our first live report from Wayne, and I'm going to have him come on some more because he's got all those inside reports on the sports that I don't know about. And yes, I do go by one name, but that's not because you can't pronounce my last name. We're just going to try to start a trend, Just Cindy, or it's Just Cindy. But I do appreciate what he's saying about these last names. Look at this one. Someone put this on the jersey already. Taga, but I have no idea. I can't even. I'm just going to call him Mr. T. How about that, Mr. T? So thank you so much, Wayne. We're going to have more reports from him coming up as the draft goes on, as the season goes on. I'd also like to get him to do maybe some high school reports when we get back to the sports. How important was that? So Tracy Nichols said that his report was on point. It was, and he was looking good. I'm going to have to talk to him about his wardrobe choice, that LSU shirt. Come on now. But that's all right. I like it. We've got to get our own personality in there. And not because he's wearing a t-shirt, just that it was LSU. Come on now. But I do like it that the Canes and the Seminoles, not one first-round draft. How about that? But we got them Gators and LSU in there all right now. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend besides the draft. I know a lot of the guys and girls are going to be out there focused on the draft. But the other thing, if you're looking for a little comedy, Wayne Felber is actually, I used to do comedy with him a while back. They're doing a Sunday night comedy, him and Eric Rosenblum and one other comic. I can't remember who it is, but they're going to be doing it on Sunday night. I'm going to post about that. Those are the couple of guys that I used to do comedy with years ago. What they're doing is they're doing it in basically a bar, but there's, no one else is there, so they're doing it. So it's social distancing each other. BYOM, Wayne said, bring your own mic. And another comedy thing, this is from Don Casino Presents, and this is with the host Bruce Smirnoff, and it's so funny. When I worked at Channel 2, years ago, my first job was pulling cable. Whatever. Was pulling cable down at the Miami. I guess I don't even know the James L. Knight Center. And Bruce was one of the comics, and so was from Everybody Loves Raymond. Ray was there too. So anyway, Bruce is going to be hosting, and then they've got a few great comics there. They've got Phil, Troy, and Michelle. Oh, no, comedian too. That'll be tonight on Facebook Live, so check that out. So there's a lot of neat things you can do. Last night, it was actually in the afternoon because Phil Vassar, one of my favorites, Phil Vassar was doing a performance that was in London, and so they had to do it, back it out, so it's like 3 o'clock Central Time. But so there's really neat stuff. If you see anything that you think we might be interested in, please let me know, tag me, post it on my wall. And also, I'm just starting on my Just Cindy page. So if you go over to Just Cindy and like it there, we're going to start putting everything through there. I'll also put it on my Cindy Sessoms wall too. I don't want to confuse my parents. They'll be like, see, Mom, it's Friday. I couldn't find the sign that Samantha wrote, so I just had to use my old one. But it's Friday, and I haven't worn a blue shirt in a while, so I'm guessing they knew that this was it. One of the things I found, Gina Cornett, she was actually the one that found out what the name of my bird was that was in the yard the other day. I was talking about this. This is a Facebook page. It's called View from My Window. Look at that. Oh my gosh, makes me want to go back to the mountains, but not with my girls because they hated the mountains. But it just makes me want to go back. But it has a lot of really neat things. View from my window. Here comes one of my daughters walking by. Good morning, sunshine. She's like, leave me alone. No, they're actually all being really sweet, I have to say. I'm very, very lucky. So as she slams the door. Some other things that are happening this weekend is they're going to have the Pompano Beach Seafood Festival. And I asked my friend Mark Zaden if he would come on and tell us a little about it. So Mark, I'm going to let you take it away.
Cindy, it's Mark Zaden. Thanks for having me on your show this morning to talk about the virtual Pompano Beach Seafood Festival happening this Saturday, April 25th, from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to have 11 artists that are going to be live streaming their shows on their Facebook pages. My show will be at 2:15 going to 2:45 at facebook.com/WeedlineBand. And all the artists are going to have their Venmo information posted so that fans can show their support. Local restaurants, Papa's Raw Bar, Bonefish Max, Galuppi's, and others are going to be participating. If you're a restaurant and you want to participate, email Kyle at PompanoBeachSeafoodFestival.com. Really appreciate you guys supporting local artists, listening, and staying cool in this trying time. So we love you, Cindy, and hope you're doing well. Stay great. Bye.
Thank you so much, Mark. I love Mark Zaden. He's awesome. He's got a beautiful family, all girls, and he performs every Sunday night at Naughty Dog, outside of quarantine. He's been doing that for several years. He's got a lot of girls in the house. I don't know why he's there every Sunday night performing. No. But he performs there, and then he was over at Park and Ocean on Saturday afternoons. So as soon as we get out of this quarantine, I know he's going to be ready to get out. He also does live shows. He did one last night. I shared it on my wall. He did one last night, and he does one just randomly throughout the weekend. But don't forget, tomorrow at 2:15, he's going to start with this virtual Pompano Seafood Festival. And what's awesome about that is that instead of having a tip jar, you can just Venmo your tip. So that's kind of cool. And then while you're home, you can order from Galuppi's, and there's a whole bunch of other restaurants that he was talking about. And so it's really cool. So really want to make sure you get out, get involved, or stay home, get involved, whatever. Now, I've been asking for you all to send in your seniors, send in your pictures of your seniors, either graduating from high school, from middle school, from college, whatever. Send them in. Put your name, their name, and which school they go to. We're going to do something a little special coming up, not today coming up, but so just send them in when you can, because I think for me personally, I'd like to do something a little special for them. It'd be kind of neat. Now, this is one thing that a sign company, South Florida Sign Company, what they're doing is they're creating these yard signs. And I know I have some other friends that are just doing it independently on their own for their friends. So I think that's kind of neat too. So, we're just trying to do whatever to make things special. It's a different kind of time, no question. happen. I know right now, if we weren't in quarantine, my oldest would be planning her birthday party. Well, she would have been planning it since February, and hers is the end of May. So I know how this goes. Believe me, I feel it. I feel everything. I feel the pain. But the light is at the end of the tunnel. Now, one thing, if you're looking for some fresh vegetables or fresh fruit, you want to head on over to Milo. He's going to be over at Best Buy. It's 10:15. He should be there now. He's running a little late today because he had a special drop-off for someone who bought a whole truckload, I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it is, bought a whole truckload of fruit and vegetables to donate to his workers. How awesome is that? So many wonderful people out there, and I want to thank you so much for looking out for each other. Now, this is something really cool I saw online, and this is what I want to do. Look at that. Now, I think I can almost do that because I can paint a rock all one color, I think. But how neat is that? I think I want to do that. That's beautiful. So many creative things that people are thinking about is just awesome. Just awesome. Now, we had a little excitement this morning, and I don't want you guys to miss out on it. I'm sitting there, my daughter's doing her Zoom, her Spanish Zoom, and she's like going like this, pointing over like this. And I'm like, what? So she turns her audio off. She goes, the rabbit is outside. So there goes. Look at Thumper. I wasn't even chasing. I'm just walking behind it.
Where are you going?
Is. He's like, what?
Going?
What do you want me to do? Okay. Oh, nice clean backyard. Teddy's like, what is going on with the rabbit? Why is the rabbit outside? Why can't I be outside? And then look, bloop, ready? Here he goes. Bloop, just goes right back in. Is that awesome? It's like having a dog. One day it's going to be like not having a dog when that eagle comes down and goes and takes it, runs off. Anyway, well, I've got to get going. I have a couple showings today, and the girls and I have some fun things planned for this afternoon. We're going to do a Zoom. My niece is in town, so we're going to do a Zoom this afternoon. And tomorrow we're heading up to Bednar's, so I will take a lot of pictures. They said, bring your camera and stay in the car. So I'm going to go up to Bednar's, and that's in Boynton Beach. I'm going to see the animals. I cannot wait to see how big the baby kangaroo was. It was this big. This big. Last time I saw it, I can only imagine how big it is. So you all have a great day. Make sure to take care of yourself, take care of each other, share, press the share button, share Just Cindy. And if you have anything fun coming up you think that we'd like to know about, or you just want to tell me about it, please do. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. And don't forget, Pompano Beach Seafood Festival tomorrow, 2:15.